All right, what's going on, people? Got today's futures mid-market recap. Um, an interesting session this morning. Um, so getting right into things, we looking at the 5 minute. We chopped around for a minute. You know, I started. I took my first trade again in my live account with AMP Futures, and so I was mainly focused on Sierra charts today. So I'm still trading Russell in the in TST, but I have it set up in a dual screen over in Sierra chart, so I can see it there, and then when I see my signal, my trigger, my signal, then I go ahead and take the trade in Topstep. So um, but I play NQ today, my live account, and I get into what happened with my trades um, a little bit later. But we can see like we were really choppy. I noticed we were like gonna come into some sort of a maybe a little pennant pattern, like right in this, like once we got this bearish candle and we pulled back here, and we had this probably this bear trap here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were trying to go short here. We had this nice little this big wick here, and it looked like it could go ahead and break lower and keep going, but as you can see in hindsight, that it didn't do that. So I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people that got trapped there. A lot of bears got trapped there, and we pulled back and turned over, and then that's when we had to move. So right now, we're retesting that. This is the 50 simple moving average. We're retesting that. Um, Right, yeah, I'm seeing a good little deal of resistance there, so we can go lower. But yeah, I don't trade the afternoon session, so we'll see how that turns out tomorrow. Now getting into my trades today, in Top Step, I took a loss, on the Russell. I wasn't being patient enough, really. Um, I didn't get a proper signal. I just went off of what I saw in the Russell. Trading a 4 minute, it looked like it could go lower. Um, Honestly, it was I know that's not what happened. I had my stop, man, my entry here, just in case we break. I feel like with these two candles, if we break that support right there, we can go bearish. Or we can go lower. Um, but for some reason, it didn't get filled the first time. So instead of just like, I don't know why, like the price was trading down in that area where my entry was at, but I didn't get filled. I probably should have took the hint, because instead of just like, oh, okay, that's messed up, and then instead of just letting it go as and just waiting for another setup, I moved my stop in my entry, and I got filled a little later in like the worst spot possible for this move, and that means my entry, my stop would have had to be up here, but I didn't have my stop there. I had it right there, and you can see I got stopped out before it made the move. So at that time, and then I looked at Sierra chart where I get my signal, and I saw that I never really got a real signal. I had a signal here, but I never had a signal until I think this candle, which is where I should have got in. So um, I just decided not to take any more trades for today and be done with TST, and just give all my focus to my live account. So you can see how that trade worked. Yeah, how that worked out, and I ended up losing $220. But with my trade for the Nasdaq, and I'm gonna show it here because I made this in Sierra chart. So around us, like I said before, I felt like we were going to enter that pennant pattern that we've seen a lot lately in the morning session. So I just stayed patient. I didn't try to force any trades, and I just waited for a good setup. and then we had this area where I felt like, you know, I had my lines drawn, and then this area right here we broke out of that pattern, and I waited for the retest and got in right there, and I got filled on my order for 20 ticks down here. So I ended up making, well, not 20 ticks, for 20 points. So I ended up making $405 in my live account. And then after that, I never got another signal. I could have took another one here, but I didn't get a signal. So there was no trade there, and I was done for the day. So we can look over here in Trader View. I've already recorded it over here. You can see I walked away with 405 in my live account. You know, it's good getting, you know, back to trading. That's a good way to get started out. It would have you know, it would have sucked if I would have, you know, got started out in the red, but you know, and it gives me a little cushion moving forward for the rest of the month. And you know, the amount that I got today is good, but that's not the really, you know, what I'm the biggest thing for me today is that I traded my strategy, you know, the way that it's supposed to be traded, and I didn't overmanage the trade. So that's my focus, is to keep consistently doing that. Take the trades when I see them, let them work out as, you know, as I have designed my strategy. And as long as I do that, you know, I don't have anything to be upset about. I gotta let my strategy take care of how much money I make or how much I lose. So, you know, that part of it will take care of itself. I just gotta focus on, you know, trading my strategy correctly. So that was my day for today. That was my trades for today. You know, we'll get reset and come back at it tomorrow, and I will see y'all tomorrow for the pre-market insight.